Alright, here's another way of doing rounding. Last time we kind of got stuck on this thing called a vertical number line. Vertical meaning this way, and we stuck our numbers on a line like so. So let's review a quick problem like that. Let's say we said, let me put some text up for you. Okay, here's my problem. Round 13,789 to the nearest thousand. So what we did before is we said, okay, we have the thousands place, so we look to see what's in the thousands place, and we write that down on our number line, 13 thousands, and we drew a box around that. And since it's 13,000, we finish out the number. And then we did this up above. We said, okay, one more than 13 would be 14. We'll draw a little box around there just to help us remember. And we finish out the number. And then one more thing we did is we found the midpoint of 13,000 and 14,000. So that would be 13,500. And the very last thing we would do is we would decide, where does this number, 13,789, go? It's more than 13,000. It's more than 13,500, but it's less than 14,000. So we would put it right about in here, 13,789. And the very last thing we did is we decided which thousand is it closer to. Is it closer to 14,000 or 13,000? And we can look up and see that it's closer to 14,000, and we would write 13,789 is close to, or rounds to, this is the symbol we use right here to say close to, it's close to 14,000. Well, there's another way to do this. Let's take a look. Let's divide off our work and make a separate area to work. When you show your work and you show different ways, it's really important to divide your space up so you can see what you're doing. So this time, we're going to do the traditional way. So we want to round 13,789 to the nearest thousands place. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to underline the thousands place. The next thing I'm going to do is to look to the right and see what digit's there. Now let's make a little space on our paper again. And I'm going to move this around a little bit. Nope, that didn't work. Hold on. Okay, so we can move our paper around a little bit here. And divide up some space. Now think about the hill analogy. You've got this car and he's driving on a hill, and it goes up the hill and back down the hill. And on the hill there's some mile markers. This is mile marker 0, and this is mile marker 10. And at some point on the hill, right here at the midpoint, the car is going to start going towards the 10 instead of towards the 0, and the midpoint is the 5. As soon as the car hits the 5, it's going to start going this way. So when we look at our number, back over here, 13,789, we want to know, when is it going to start getting so far away from 13,000 that it goes to the next 1,000? So here's what we do. First, you underline the digit in the thousands place, because we're rounding to the thousands place. Next, you look to the digit to the right. The digit to the right is a 7, and when we look over at our hill over here, 7 is going to go farther away. It's going to go to the next number. It's not going to go backwards. Anything more than 5 goes this way. So since we see that 7 here, we know that it's not going to go to the 13. It's going to go to the next number. So it's going to round to 14,000. And here's where a lot of people make mistakes. You get to this part and you say, yay, I got the 13, it rounds to 14, I'm all done. But we need to remember that this number is 5 digits long. It's in the 10,000s place. So when I'm done, I need a number that's also in the 10,000s place. And I do that by adding zeros so it has the same number of places. So we started with 13,789, and we're saying that's really close to 14,000. Here's another way you can remember this. Here's our hill, and once again I'm going to draw a line to separate out my work. And here's something you can remember. Here's something for you to remember. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, leave the mess. Look at our hill down here. 5 or more, raise the score, goes to the next digit. 4 or less, leave the mess. Let's try rounding the same number to a different place. So this time, instead of rounding to the nearest 1,000, let's raise it to the nearest 10,000. Let's just make a whole new space. Blankety blank blank blank. Okay, we have the same number again, round 13,789, but this time it's to the nearest 10,000. So the first thing we want to do is we want to find the 10,000s place, and that's this place right here. So let's write our number, 13,789. And I want to underline the 10,000s place. So this time it's the 1 in the 10,000s place. And we look one digit to the right, and we remember our phrase up here. 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, leave the mess. So do we have 5 or more or 4 or less? We look back here, and we have 4 or less, so we're going to leave this mess. It's closer to 10,000 than to 20,000. So we use our symbol for close to, and 13,789 is close to 10,000. The 1 stays the same because the next digit is 4 or less. So we write a 1 because this digit stays the same. That's the 10,000s place, and the rest of the digits have to turn to 0. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4 digits turn to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to double check my answer. This digit's in the 10,000s place. This digit's in the 10,000s place. Both numbers have 5 digits. And we can look and we can see that the same number, 13,789, can round to 2 different numbers. It can either round to 10,000, to the 10,000s place, or if we go back to our first one, if we round to the thousands place, it rounds to 14,000. I'm going to leave this on the slide that shows our 5 or more raise the score, 4 or mess leave the mess. And that's where we'll stop.